Lying on your back, come down to your mat, allowing your feet to fall out to each corner and the palms to face up towards the sky. Allow your whole body to melt into the mat, and then slowly draw your knees in and start to take circles, taking your knees together and then away from one another, moving in opposite directions, lubricating your hip joints, maybe massaging out the lower back, taking a little rock from side to side as you do this. From here, we're going to extend the right leg up towards the sky, taking hold of the back of the right thigh, keeping a deep bend in that left knee, and we'll start to point and flex our foot. Inhale, point, exhale, flex. Taking it over to the other side, so taking hold of the left back of the thigh and then pointing and flexing the foot with your breath. Slowly coming all the way down. Taking your hands either side of you and inhale, reach them overhead as you squeeze your glutes, lifting up into a back bend. Inhale, coming all the way up, squeezing the inner thighs. Exhale, slowly lowering all the way down. Breathing in and breathing out to lower. Coming onto one side and slowly pushing yourself up to a seated position, extending your legs out in front. Inhale, reaching the arms wide and up, and then exhale, take a nice forward fold with a deep bend in your knees here. So feel free to round through the back, maybe even taking a shimmy from side to side, reaching for the calves, the ankles, or maybe the feet. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward a little bit deeper. Crossing over at the ankles, stepping back into your first downward facing dog. Taking a few deep breaths here, breathing in, breathing out. Maybe pedaling out the feet from side to side, bending into the knees, pulsing your chest back, and then eventually finding some stillness. Taking the right leg up and back. Exhale, take your right knee to your right wrist, setting up for your pigeon pose. Inhale, take a back bend. And then exhale, take a forward fold. So whatever that means to you, maybe it's coming onto the hands, their forearms, maybe down to the forehead. Perhaps you're taking something underneath that right glute to close off any gaps. Perhaps again shimmying into the hips to help release tension. And then slowly we'll come back onto the hands again. So we're taking a back bend. You might stay here, you might bend that back leg, taking the right arm up and over, hooking the left elbow into the foot and taking a mermaid pose. Puffing up your chest. Slowly pressing into the hands. Inhale, reach that right leg all the way up and back. And then exhale, place the right foot down in line with the left. Pressing your chest back, finding more length with every inhale, lifting your hip bones high. And exhale, press your chest back, stretching out through the back of the legs. Slowly we're going to lift the left leg with the length of our breath. And then exhale, left knee to left wrist, pigeon pose on the other side. So inhale, open your heart, gaze up, and then exhale, take your forward fold. Keep flexing that left foot back, keep squaring off with the hips, and sending your breath into that left glute. Inhale and exhale. Coming back onto the hands, maybe bending up that back leg, perhaps going for the full mermaid pose, hooking that right foot in your right elbow and lifting your gaze, lifting your chest. And then slowly exhale. start to come out of the pose. So inhale, lift that left leg all the way up and back. And then gently placing the left leg down and coming back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forwards, high plank. Exhale, drop the knees, the chest and the chin. Inhale, slithering forwards onto your belly, low cobra, maybe pushing into the hands, coming into a high cobra, pressing the hips forwards. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches all the way up and back. Exhale, the right foot to the outside of your right hand, coming into lizard lunge, dropping the back knee and lifting your chest forwards. Perhaps you stay on hands, or perhaps you want to lower onto your forearms. You could even use some blocks if you're practicing at home and you have them available. Taking a little bit of time to open up that left hip flexor. Final option here is to take the right hand around and reach for that left foot, turning the chest. Again, maybe taking a block underneath that left hand to give you a little bit more height. Just an option, you could always stay with that first variation. Wherever you are, we're going to release the hands down and inhale, reach the right leg all the way up and back. And then exhale, lightly place it down, coming back into your downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. Slowly lifting the left leg all the way up towards the sky, and then step the left foot on the outside of the left hand, dropping the back knee, coming into lizard lunge on the left hand side. Maybe you want to come onto the forearms, maybe you want to shimmy from side to side. Little theme in today's practice, just taking those micro movements to release more tension, really feeling into the body, feeling where feels best. So there's that option to reach the left hand around and reach for your right foot, taking a twist. Maybe that right hand comes onto a block or a book, whatever you have handy, or you can take it to the mat like me. Or you might just simply be in that first variation. Wherever you are, releasing the hands down and then slowly pushing into the hands, lifting into your three-legged dog, left leg extends. From here, inhale, high plank. Exhale, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, lifting the thighs, coming onto the tops of the feet. And exhale, push back into your downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Slowly walking your hands back, all the way back. And we'll take the big toes with the peace fingers. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. So feel free to take a generous bend in the knees like me. Swaying from side to side again. Inhale, halfway. Lift the chest forwards. And exhale, forward fold over your legs. Slowly keeping a bend in the knees, we'll roll all the way up, reaching the arms wide and up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Stepping the right foot out, taking the toes in, heels out. Inhale, hands to the waist, take a back bend, and exhale, forward fold between your legs. Inhale, lifting halfway, and exhale, forward folding, looking through the legs, maybe walking your hands back if you can, in line with your feet. Breathing in to lengthen, breathing out to forward fold. Starting to inhale to lift and lengthen as we walk our hands over towards the left, bending into the left leg, coming into Skandasana. Left hand down, right arm reaches up towards the sky as we open up through that right flank, that right side of the body. Breathe in and breathe out. Take your right hand down and then walk yourself over towards the right hand side, bending into the right leg, taking your right hand down and reaching your left arm up, lengthening down the left flank this time, flexing your left foot. And then slowly bring your hands to heart center and try to move from side to side, keeping your balance. So over to the left and over towards the right. And then slowly we'll bend into that right leg. My left, as I was just mirroring you, reach your arms up, puff up your chest, Gaze up perhaps. Try to focus on opening up through the upper back here. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly taking your hands either side of your leg and shifting the weight back, flexing your right foot. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the heart space, and then exhale, fold perhaps an inch. Doesn't really matter how far, perhaps your hands are on blocks. And then we'll bend into that right leg again and move over towards the left hand side. So we're going to bend into that left leg, again my right as I was just mirroring you, and then we're opening up the heart space, maybe sending the gaze up, focusing on taking the back bend from the upper back here. Spread your fingers wide, energy through the fingers, and then as you exhale, we're going to take the hands down, maybe onto blocks as you come into your half splits. Ardha Hanuman, flexing that left foot towards you. Breathe in and breathe out. One more here. And then slowly as you exhale, bend into the left leg, Skandasana. And then we'll frame the right foot, step it back, high to low plank, Chaturanga. Inhale is an upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. 2 more breaths here. Final breath. And then slowly dropping the knees down, crossing over the ankles, extending your legs up in front. And inhale, reach the arms up above, and exhale, forward fold like we did at the start. So generous bend in your knees, perhaps even rounding into the spine, paddling out through the hamstring. Inhale and exhale. Slowly finding your seat, taking your left hand down, reaching your right arm up and over, pressing your right hip down, and then take your right hand to your left knee. The left arm reaches up and over as we stretch down the left hand side of the body. Breathe in, and then as you breathe out, the left hand comes to the right knee, the right arm reaches up and over, and we pour our way over towards that left hand side, taking a nice gentle side stretch. Coming back to center, inhale, reach your arms wide and up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center.